In this video, we're going to be using the law of cosines, these three formulas here, to find the remaining sides and angles of the triangles. So we're going to let angle A be 46.5 degrees, side B be 10.5, and side C to be 18. Well, seeing that I have angle A, side B, and side C, I look at my three formulas and I see a B, a C, and an angle A. So I'm automatically drawn to the first law of cosines formula. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to say that A squared equals 10.5 squared plus 18 squared minus 2 times 10.5 times 18 times cosine of 46.5. And so I'm just going to put this all into my calculator and make sure that your calculator is in degree mode, not radians for this. So A squared is going to equal 174.05197. I went to 5 decimals just to be safe. And then I square root both sides, and I'm going to round to 1 decimal. A equals 13.2. So the length of side A is 13.2. Now from here, I don't really need to use law of cosines anymore. I can just use law of sines to figure out the remaining angles B and then use 180 minus the rest to get C. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say that sine of 46.5 down here. There we go. Sine of 46.5 over 13.2 is equal to sine B over 10.5. And I can solve for sine B. So I'm going to multiply the 10.5 over, and I'm going to end up getting 10.5 sine 46.5 over 13.2, and that's going to equal sine B. And then I'm going to take the arc sine of both sides. So when I do that, I'm going to get B equals arc sine of 10.5 sine 46.5 over 13.2, and that means I'm going to get B equals 35.2 degrees. And now I can just use this fact here and what A equals to get C. So C is equal to 180 minus 46.5 minus 35.2. So angle C is going to give me 98.3 degrees. So there's my remaining A, angle B, C, and angle B. So put it all in one spot. A equals 13.2. Angle B equals 35.2 degrees. And angle C equals 98.3 degrees for this question here. Now let's do some more. This time we are only given 3 sides. A is 5, B is 8, C is 12. So again, I could use any one of the formulas I want, but I'm probably going to use the first one again. So I'm going to say that 5 squared equals 8 squared plus 12 squared minus 8. Oh, missed a number there. Should be minus 2 times 8 times 12 cosine A. And so when I work this all out, I'm going to get 25 equals 208 minus 192 cosine A. And then I'm going to solve for cosine A, so I'm going to subtract the 208 over, divide by 192, and I'm going to end up with 61 over 64 cosine A. And then I'm going to take the arc cosine of both sides. So arc cosine of 61 over 64 is equal to A. And that's going to end up giving me 17.6 degrees for A. So put that over here. Angle A is 17.6 degrees. Now to find angle B, I'm just going to do the law of sines. So sine of 17.6 over 5 is equal to sine of B over 8. And solve for sine, so I'm going to multiply the 8 over. Kind of separate this so I don't confuse them. 8 sine of 17.6 over 5 is equal to sine B. And then I'm going to take the arc sine of both sides. So arc, that's not where it's supposed to go. Try this again. Arc sine of 8 sine 17.6 over 5, which will be B. And plugging this into your calculator, we would end up getting 28.9. So there's that, and kind of put myself into a hole there, so I'm going to bring down here angle A, 17.6 degrees, angle B, 28.9 degrees. So I'll get rid of that here, don't really need it. And then find angle C is very simple. Angle C is just going to be 180 minus 17.6 minus 28.9, which gives me angle C as 133.5 degrees. So angle C, 133.5 degrees. So here is the answer, the missing 3 angles given these 3 sides. And last we have angle C, which is 53 degrees, angle A, which is side A, which is 3, and side B, which is 4. So I'm going to use the third formula from the law of sines, C squared equals. So I'm going to have C squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 3 times 4 times cosine of 53. And just work this out. I'm going to get C squared equals to 5 decimals. I'm going to get 10.55644. Square root both sides and round to 1 decimal. I'm going to get 3.2. So there's the missing side C. Now I'm going to use the fact that C is 53 degrees and side C is 3.2, using law of sines to find sine A. That's what I'm going to do. So sine of 53 over 3.2 is equal to sine A over 3. Multiply the 3 over to solve for sine A. 3 sine of 53 over 3.2 equals sine A. And then take the arc sine of both sides. Arc sine of 3 sine 53 over 3.2 is equal to A. And again in my calculator, that gives me 48.5 degrees, rounded to 1 decimal. And then I can finally solve for angle B. doing 180 minus 48.5 minus 53 from up top. And that's going to end up giving me 78.5 degrees for angle B. So what is everything that's missing for this problem? Angle A, 48.5 degrees. Angle B, 78.5 degrees. And side C, 3.2. And that's the leftover sides that we're missing from this problem.